I'm like, click. Not even a second thought.
Thank you.
Oh.
Oh man, here we go. Hello, welcome to the Ramcast. I'm the host Savannah. Here is our host Luther, and our FFA guests, Halle, Jodie Ann, and Quinn. So, how's your guys' day been?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Honestly, great.
Yeah.
That's good.
Weather sucks,
Yeah.
especially probably because, FFA stands for Future Farmers of America, and probably sucks to have cold, icy snow with farming.
Yeah, for sure.
So, let's start off with, something easy. What is FFA all about?
So pretty much FFA is it's a national organization. They have it all over the country. It represents more than just like farming, all of agriculture. So agriculture has to do with where your food comes from, animals, pretty much anything that you can think of comes from a source of agriculture. So everyone has to do with it, even if you don't live on a farm. I think it's like only 2% of all FFA members actually live on a farm. So, do you guys have anything to say about it? We do a lot of activities. There's pretty much something to do every single day in the ag department.
Because you hear a lot of people ask what exactly is FFA in a nutshell, and you can't really sum it up in a nutshell. There's it's so vast, just all the stuff that there is that you can do within it. It's a really good community. There are competitions you can go to. There's events you can go to. It's all sorts of things, really.
Yeah, we have a lot of different competitions that have to do. We have public speaking. We have a quiz bowl, which is a lot like it's just a lot of different like trivia questions that you answer. We have different judgings that we do, so you can do different things with plants or animals. You can kind of choose what your favorite part is and stick with that. There's somewhere that everyone can get involved no matter what you kind of are into, so that's really cool. And there's always something to do, so it keeps you on your toes.
Yeah, I think we have roughly 300 events every single school year. We get to meet a lot of new people from in-state, out-of-state. I've met people from Hawaii, Puerto Rico. I mean, you get to meet people everywhere and learn about agriculture, and I think it's really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That sounds really, really interesting. Luther, I think you had a question about farming and over the years.
How do you think farming has changed over the years? That was a question I thought of while I was in there,
I'd say it would have to do a lot with technology. So, depends on when you're talking about, but a long time ago, it used to be just like a plow and maybe a horse. Now, we have huge machinery that has really helped us be more efficient, and you really wouldn't realize how much technology is used in farming, but there are certain tractors that can drive themselves. You have to map out how big the field is and how much seed you're going to have to use. There's a lot of math that goes into it, and you really have to put a lot of thought into it. It's not just you stick a seed in the ground and let it grow. There's a lot of things that go into it.
Yeah, I think personally, kind of growing up on the farm, it's come a long way even since I was little. I mean, technology itself, self-driving tractors that can calculate the acreage on the field, how many seeds you're putting in the ground per acre, and things like that. The technology is just mind-blowing, and even just people's education on agriculture has also grown, and farming itself, because they're learning more about how the system works and about how their food is made, and I think that's also a good thing, and that's really changed.
Not to cut you off or anything, but I think our audience has a couple of questions they would like to say.
Okay.
Well, audience?
I was trying to write on the board.
Well,
Do you all get to help make the milk and stuff that gets to the schools?
So, specifically FFA, we haven't ever gone to like a milk producing plant,
Yeah,
but
we do take trips and stuff to local areas in just the local county and southern Illinois that are processing plants and whatnot of certain agricultural products. I don't think we've gone to
there aren't a whole lot of dairy farms around
Yeah.
here.
Southern Illinois is not real big on dairy farming and whatnot. But whenever we do go to these places, wherever it may be, sometimes they do kind of let us, pitch in and, help out a little bit. That's what you're asking. And they help us to, in a sense, whatever the product is, we learn about it. And sometimes we get to help make it, sometimes we don't.
There is a competition called Dairy Foods, the Dairy Foods CDE, and I've done that multiple times, and it's really fun. You get to taste different dairy products, like such as milk, whipped cream, cheese, and kind of decipher. You have to pretty much for the competition, you're given different samples and you have to identify them. So during practice, you just get to eat a bunch of food, which is really fun, and then learn about like how it's made. So that's really cool. But we don't actually make the products.
Right. We have competitions for just about everything, though, it seems like.
Sure, you got any more questions over there, audience? 100%.
You want me to ask? What happens during FFA week?
FFA week is planned within our program. At the January FFA meeting, we started a committee for FFA week. We have 1 or 2 meetings, and the schedule of events and the dress-up days and anything to do with social media is planned throughout those days. And FFA week is really just used to promote agriculture and FFA as a whole, to spread knowledge to people who may not know much about it, or just show them how things are grown locally or within their own school that they don't know about.
We also have a lot of different fun things to get the students involved. So not everyone realizes this. We try to tell everyone, but anyone in the school can participate in our dress-up days. You don't have to be an FFA to do that. We did Western Day today, as you can kind of see. And then tomorrow we have Wear Blue and Gold for FFA. And then Friday is Flannel Friday. And then we do activities after school. So last night we did Ag Career Night, where we had, I think 5 different people that work in the ag industry come and just kind of tell us about their career and what they do on a day-to-day basis. And then tonight we're supposed to do a chapter bowling tournament, and then we're going to have a staff appreciation lunch tomorrow that all of the FFA members help plan and make food for. So that's a really big thing that we do. And then we also have a bowling tournament on Saturday for all the area schools FFA chapters.
It's a week of free advertising.
All right, so since audience has finished up with their questions, we can turn back to the other questions that we also have. Audience, if you have any more, let us know. So what's something that got you into FFA?
Mr. Austin scared me into it. Okay, maybe not.
One of our ag teachers, Mr. Austin, is Quinn's uncle. So
What really got me kind of interested in FFA, I personally actually joined FFA a little bit later, and I tell everybody that'll be one of my few regrets of high school, honestly, is joining FFA as late as I did. I didn't start until my junior year. Most kids, they start their freshman year. These 2 did. And basically, what got me interested in it, I had a lot of family members that had been in it. I heard a lot of good stuff about it. And I was also actually considering a career, an agriculture career. So, and I'm actually going to continue on that next year in college. I'm going to go for a degree in agriculture business management. But getting involved in FFA basically seemed like the best stepping stone up to that, and to kind of dip my feet in the water, see if I enjoyed that sort of thing, and see what exactly I could do in that department. And I'm thankful to say that it definitely was the right choice.
I would say I did grow up on a farm, and my brother was in FFA, but my parents didn't do it, and I really didn't know a whole lot of people that were in it. But some of my friends just decided to join last minute, and you do have to be taking an ag class to be an FFA member. And so my first day of freshman year, I was not enrolled in an ag class, and a lot of my friends were like, you need to take an ag class so that you can be a part of this club. And so I just decided to change my schedule last minute, and I'm really grateful that I did that because I've been able to get very involved, and I'm now the president, and I've had tons of cool experiences and made a ton of memories and met numerous amounts of people that I would never have met if I wouldn't have changed my class that day. So
I agree with both of them. Coming in my freshman year, I knew a few people who were in FFA. I had an older brother and a cousin in FFA. But signing up for my classes late 8th grade year, I was wondering about future careers and already thinking about college. And I was wondering what kind of agriculture careers there were. And even growing up on a farm, I knew a little bit about agriculture, but I knew about my small farming community and not about the vast amount of jobs that it offered. So I decided to take FFA, and I liked the classes. And I wasn't a day-to-day member, but I was interested starting my freshman year. And I remember going to a national convention my freshman year, which is in Indianapolis, Indiana. And I got to meet or see 65,000 other FFA members and see the cause that they were all driving for and see what kind of organization this really was. And I think that's what really pulled me into it and made me love it so much.
Mm-hmm.
So, is there anything special about our specific school's FFA?
I would say for sure, a lot of schools around here do not have as big of an FFA chapter as us. We have 3 ag teachers, which is pretty rare around here, and which technically we only have 2, but Mr. Cabot still kind of stays around a lot even though he's retired. And all 3 of them are very passionate about agriculture and about our chapter, and they make sure that we stay very involved and always have things going on, and they really take the time to invest in students and make relationships with them, and you don't always get that at every school. So I think that that's like a really big thing that we have. Would you guys say anything else?
I'd say agreeing 100% with Hal. It definitely, the ag instructors that we have, they definitely go that extra mile and make that extra effort to try and make it a real tight-knit community. And you definitely get that vibe whenever you're going to FFA events, FFA activities, or even the monthly meetings that we have. You can definitely tell that they put in a lot more effort than some other people do, and it really means the world to us as students.
I'd say our chapter is pretty special. We have a pretty culturally diverse school, meaning that there are people from all walks of life and all backgrounds that come to our FFA chapter, and we just try our best to teach them about agriculture. And even knowing some of the local schools like Waltonville or Woodlawn who can't go to as many FFA events or can't be as active because of the school they come from or just the amount of kids they have enrolled, I think that we're all personally blessed to be able to have the kind of program that we do have. And I mean, we are a good program. We placed 4th in state last year for our National Chapter Award, which ranks us against every other program inside of the Illinois state. And we will rank again, hopefully, this coming up year.
Yeah.
Our application will be submitted by March 5th.
Maybe we should just talk about
We
that
also have a lot of different things at our school that not everyone has. So we have a greenhouse, which we're very grateful for, which is very nice. If you've never been out there, you guys can go out there anytime. You can ask our teachers to tour it, which is it's nice out there. We have 2 whole, I'm not sure exactly what they're called. There's like a head house, and then there's the building that we have all the plants in, and then we have a whole ag shop that we use a lot for welding and different construction things, and then we have 2 whole classrooms. So not every chapter is fortunate enough to have all of those different things.
Can you Can you be an FFA if you're not that interested in farming or a country person?
Absolutely.
If you want to say that like that.
Yeah, so you, like I said earlier, anyone can join. You just have to be in an ag class. So anyone can sign up for the class just like you sign up for any other class at the school. And all you have to do is just join the class and come to events. And like I said earlier, only 2% of FFA members actually live on a farm. Most live in town or in a rural area, just not on a farm. And we do a lot of other, like we don't actually farm. Like we do activities that teach you about farming, but you don't have to know anything about those activities before doing them. You can get involved in anything you want. Did you guys say anything about that?
I agree with you on the most part. FFA isn't really generally about farming. You do learn about it along the way, but I think FFA prepares you more for career practices and life in general than it does teach you to be a farmer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Above all, it really has taught me like all sorts of new life skills that I'm definitely going to use down the road in the near future and in the distant future.
Well, it's time for FFA Quiz Time! Woo! So, what's the street address of the National FFA Center and headquarters in Indianapolis?
I got 4 choices.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I got A, which is 6060 FFA Boulevard, 6060 FFA Court, 6060 FFA Drive, or 6060 FFA Street.
I think it might be 6060 FFA Drive.
Well,
I think it's either C or A. I'm not sure.
final answer?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with C.
Yeah.
We're gonna go with C, so
What do we go with?
C! And they got it right!
Good job, Jodie.
Yay! 1 point. All right. Grant, you read the next question.
Can you read it?
Have you ever been sprayed in the face with milk?
No, I have never been sprayed.
While milking a cow, not just in general.
In lunch, just get sprayed in the face with milk, obviously.
I've never actually personally milked a cow, so.
There's not really. Did you say yes?
None of them said yes. The girl said, like,
No,
did I hear a yes?
No, hey, scorekeeper, they don't get any points for that one. Go to question 3. But you weren't sprayed in the face?
No.
I give it half a point.
Which FFA officer is seated to the president's left? Just because I'm seated at her left doesn't mean it's me.
That's in official meetings. It's not just a podcast.
Vice President, she's on the left of Derek.
That's what I was
And I'll
Yeah.
say the
I would
answer,
say
the
A.
responses. So A, Vice President, B, Treasurer, C, Secretary, or D, Sentinel. And they say A. It's C, the Secretary.
Secretary. 1.5.
You ready for the next one,
Granger,
Granger?
you ready for the next super serious question? Granger.
Has a chicken egg just randomly hatched?
Like just random, it's just sitting there and it just hatches like a random chicken egg.
Like the eggs in the fridge. Just
We
open.
don't really have any chicken eggs.
We don't have, we
But-
do sometimes have chicken eggs down in the ag department whenever we're doing CDEs, kind
Yeah.
of like poultry where you're judging chickens and the products that they produce. But
I've never actually seen one.
for a
hatched
chicken egg to
and-
be hatched, it would either have to be incubated or kept with the mother, so it would not just be randomly hatched sometime.
Put the camera on, Casey. Why did you come up with that question?
I don't know.
That was her question.
I actually got to hatch chickens in the 4th
I'm
grade.
getting loud, so I-
That was actually pretty neat. It was like it was a whole class project kind of deal.
Hey, give them a point for that. They answered it really well.
Casey,
1.5. Okay, next question.
Casey, I knew the answer to that one. I got to raise chickens in the 4th grade from eggs in an incubator.
But that was fun.
It was actually. Surprising though, because I'm squeamish. Just whatever. So, who is the only U.S. president to ever been an FFA member?
That is B. Jimmy Carter.
Ah! And yes, Jimmy Carter is the correct answer. So, you ready to take the next one?
Do farmers actually square dance?
Only the cool ones.
Yeah, buddy!
Some
2
people,
points for
yeah.
that.
Nah, give him.
5.5. If they get to 6, they win a trip to
No, not Mexico. We're broke.
the bowling lane.
Yeah! Perfect segue.
Yeah.
Okay, in what year was the official blue corduroy FFA jacket introduced? A, 1928, B, 1933, C, 1950, or D, 1948?
Well, the FFA started in 1948, but I don't know if the jackets were introduced.
Taking back to Green Hand Quiz Bowl here.
I think it's either 33 or 48. Say it was 58.
I think so.
I would know that.
Because
I would say
I'd say 33.
33.
All right, so
So B.
It is 1933.
Tell them what they won, Granger.
they want a trip to the bowling alley.
Are we about done? What's left?
We got a couple more questions.
I had a question about sports.
Oh, and we also got a couple more questions on the quiz if we want to keep
We're
going.
gonna go in just a minute. We got to get that last question in.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, yeah.
Get over there on
And
that.
now it's time for the
Okay.
question we have been waiting for.
Everybody waits for.
Everybody waits for this question.
Here, I'll move over to this seat. That way you get the middle area.
This is kind of like the key question of our show. This is kinda
Okay. Okay,
really
so
important.
this right here is the hot dog board. Okay, so on the past episodes, we've had people answer this question. These are all their answers. You can feel free to answer one of these or answer your own. But this is the question. So, is a hot dog a sub or a sandwich?
A sandwich.
Okay, where'd the marker go? I gotta. This is just the statistics here. You know, I'm getting a base.
Oh my gosh, we can clap. It's the first time Casey never ran away.
Yeah, don't mind. There's like there. It says sandwich.
Why
which
did
is
you guys-
Casey's fault.
I would
Does it
have
sandwich
to
or
say
sandwich?
I would say sub because
Okay.
the bun and like looks a lot
Yeah.
like a sub bun.
I'm gonna have to go with sub.
Yeah.
All right, you guys are the first ones who actually answered with sandwich or sub. We had
Yeah.
taco and depends, and then
I
no.
honestly feel like it should be like its own category.
It's not a sub, but it's not really
That's
a sandwich.
That's what the final one is.
Yeah.
It's just a hot dog.
It's
Hot
just
You
a
can
hot dog.
put
Yeah.
our market
Yeah,
here.
can you change mine to hot dog?
Okay. Wait, which
Can
one
you
did you
put mine
say?
there also?
Which one did you said?
I
sub.
said sub.
Yeah.
And she said sandwich.
This is a research paper she's going to write when she's in college, I think.
Yeah.
We got an audience.
Okay.
Yeah. Audience over there. We got
Two
audience over there.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
So-
you want to wrap it up?
All right, I
We
guess
need
time
go
to wrap
like
it up.
a minute or two, think.
I gotta
Pretty close to
get
4.
back to my seat now. All right.
Hey, thank you, Shauna.
Thank you so much, Shauna. All right, this is our big ending segment where we always do our questions. So thank you so much for being here. We loved, talking with you guys. It was very, very glad to have you.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Yeah, this is Hal, Jodie Ann, and Quinn, and I'm Savannah. Thank you so much for watching this video.
Thank you.
Get our tech people real quick.
Oh, and our tech people.
Yeah, Granger, Quizmaster Granger.
Quizmaster Granger, but we also got our people behind the screens. We got Bennett over there who's saying, please don't. We've got Macy back there, and we got Jacob back there. Give him a round of applause, everybody.